Welcome, everyone, to this session. We are here in a fasting space session on empowering ourselves. So good to be with you today. We are diving deep today on giving ourselves every good thing, every advantage, investing in ourselves, in our process, so that we can move forward in the most healthy, powerful, and encouraging, thoughtful way possible. Grab a coffee or tea, let's hang out, center ourselves on some really positive thinking. I'm going to be going through a list that I came up with as I was putting this together. Ways that we can empower ourselves. Invite you. Share in the chat, share in the comments as we're going along your reflections and your ideas, ways that we can think outside of the box, empower ourselves, give us every good thing, so that we can change our mindset. No scarcity mindset anymore. Right? We're trying to move away from anything like I'm pushing myself in a direction, forcing even, punishing ourselves, like flogging ourselves into weight loss or better health. That's not a way of being in the world that is kind and gentle, that you say, I want to stick with that. Move into a mindset of flourishing, a mindset of thriving, empowering ourselves, investing in ourselves. This is the way we lift ourselves up, right? We keep looking toward the light. We say, okay, there's darkness, there's stress, there's frustration. How are we going to move forward? In the most fun way, the most positive, healthy way. See, like health, it isn't just a number on a scale. It isn't just a calorie, right? Health, we have to have a healthy way of being, right? Where we actually feel empowered, right? Like, have you ever been working on a health process and it just feels like a drag? It just feels like, oh my God, like how can I keep up with this, you know? Like, we want a sustainable mindset, is an empowering mindset. Think of the word empowering means like, man, I can feel the power, the energy flowing through it, you know? This is where we are going to be moving away from anything that is like, people say, how are you doing? It's like, oh, I'm just getting by, right? I want people say empowering is like letting go of just getting by and thinking like powerful investment. I am taking powerful steps, investing, and see, like, I encourage you, just speak those words. Here's what I'm doing, because to even say them, to say I'm empowering myself, I'm giving myself every good thing, doesn't it bring some excitement and energy into it already? I get excited saying it. Health is an investment, okay? Health is an investment. I think it's the most important investment, you know? Think how stressed out people are, which we can understand, right? Finances, everything is stressful, right? But you think about, I have this classic kind of metaphor or example in my mind of some Wall Streeter, fabulously wealthy investment banker, but like so angry, always stressed, get my trades in, get my things. And it's like, they have more money than like 10 city blocks, okay? And then they have like the heart attack, right? Because we know like the stress, the things, right? It's like damaging the health. So like we just have to bring everything in a balance. Nothing wrong with having great financial resources, but if it's coming, that's the thing, at the cost of our health, like what kind of trade is that? So we are going to be diving in. Health is an investment. Now picture yourself as the CEO of your life, right? Because that's the truth, right? You're the boss. You are in charge of your life, and you are overseeing the different departments of your health, right? Now think about a good CEO, a good leader, right? A good leader is not sucking out resources, siphoning out all the energy and life out of a department, although some do, right? Don't want to work for them, right? The good leader is pouring into the departments, investing in the people, investing in the systems, right? We've been talking about how do we build systems of health, powerful processes that help us take steps forward every day toward our goal, right? So a good leader is going to be assessing the departments, like, how is this department doing? How is this one doing? What resources do we need? How can we invest and pour into it so that flourishing is happening, so that the whole system is working and functioning well? Do you see how this is the metaphor for our life? Look at the departments of health, that we have. We've got our movement department, and we've got our healthy eating department, and we've got our fasting department. That's what I really want to dial in on. I'm going to give you some great thinking on that today. And we've got like the mental health department, right? So like we are overseeing all these areas, doing a little check-in right now. Are you feeling empowered in these spaces? Or do you feel empowered in one but not others? Like, how do we lift all of these things up so that we are experiencing like total health, flourishing? Think a company, like some areas doing strong, others not doing so well. See, let's invest in those areas so we bring everything up. Because we've said on the channel, right, everything is flowing together. Our total health is flowing together. Hey, good morning. Welcome. So nice to have you here. I hope you're having a great day, great start to the day. Beautiful to have you here with us. Moving everything forward in health, all right? So I'm going to take us on a little tour. Let's picture we are like the health, or we're the CEO overlooking these departments. That's kind of the thoughts of what we're going to do. Help us all do a check-in. I'm doing the check-in on these things as we're going so that we can be empowered. I want you feeling empowered, okay? And some of these things, I say it's like an investment, right? And so some of that is financial. So could really be financial, right? Like money is kind of like a surrogate for our time. It's like we can use our resources. This is something I want everyone to think about. Are we generous with like ourself? Like when we said on the channel, like a lot of times, like we're often the hardest on ourselves, just emotionally. And you say like, how would we treat a friend? Do we treat ourselves like a friend? This is the sort of thing. We have health goals. We have things that we are trying to accomplish. Do we provide ourselves every advantage that we can to do that? Or are we stingy, with our own self? Maybe, see, there's some deep emotional work we might have to do. Maybe you say, I'll buy a gift for someone else, but do we buy a gift for ourselves? And what kind of gift do you really want? Like, could you give a gift of health be like a thing, like that we could maybe spend money on, but it doesn't have to be money, right? It can be time. It can be mindset, which is probably the very most important. Giving ourselves the mindset, like the permission to say, hey, it's okay to invest in myself. Powerful, powerful mindset. Can be hard to do. Can be hard to do. This session is diving out of this tiny book. Look at this. It's like my favorite book. Open your mind, open your life. It is, it's the subtitle, A Little Book of Eastern Wisdom. So it's so fun to me that they made this book so tiny, because the book itself is a metaphor. That the most powerful and empowering things in life, they aren't necessarily big, They are very grounded, small, simple things. And out of this book, how many pages of, quotes and things? 80 pages. I just love this. The tiniest quote in this book, which I think is the most empowering. Gotta flip to this tiny little page. I don't know if you could see it. Do you see on this page one tiny little quote? Oh, it gets dark. It's just 2 words. Okay, the whole quote. Empower yourself. No attribution. It's just anonymous. 2 words. Empower yourself. And so I think the invitation, the opportunity of that word, just to put those 2 words, it's so big, it's so open. It is like a challenge. You're telling me this is the quote, empower yourself? Like, it just brings in the energy to say, like, what does that mean? Like, how do we do it? Like, it's all right there, just in 2 words: empower yourself. And then as we circle around that, that's the mental space to dial in. You have to ask so many questions about it. Am I doing it already? Am I okay doing it? Am I judging myself? Do I feel like I'm worthy of investing in, you know? It's like, is my goal, do I really believe in it? Like, are we going in a direction, you know? Or are we not really bought in, you know? Because a lot of times, I know it's been true for me, we do not invest in ourselves. Think about, you know, to use our investing analogy, think about how much investment people do into markets, right? Into companies. People work and work and work, and they funnel off their retirement plan into someone else's dream and vision, right? Huge amounts of money every day, the passive flows, people investing and investing in things, okay? With real money, like we're working every day. Okay, do we have that mindset for our life? Are we empowering ourselves? Think of our time, our resources. Can we dive that deep into ourselves? That's what I want. See, I try to be a frugal person, right? I try not to spend money. $1 saved, $1 earned, right? And so we can develop a scarcity mindset with ourselves where we do not give ourselves the resources that would really help us flourish, okay? So here I want to give you some thoughts. In our 4 departments, we're going to flow through it, empowering our fasting process. I'll dive in there first. Fasting process, this is the big thing I want to help people do, like the core of this experience. Fasting space. We're opening up some fasting space in the body, giving the body space to use the energy that's already inside it. See, we're eating. It's not just about enjoying food. It's not just about feeling better. It's like giving the body resources to power itself, right? That's the real deep purpose, okay? But then we realize the body is also strong. The body stores energy for us. And so we realize, hey, I've already got everything I need in this space. If we're trying to lose weight, you say, I already have the energy here. The meal's already been eaten. The body has saved it for me for space. See, this is an empowering mindset. Literally think of that word, empowering, meaning we are powerful, empowered. The power is there. The energy is there. It's part of us. By opening up that space, release it. Now, what are the tools, right? It's like, are we investing in things that actually help us to do it? We were talking yesterday just about fundamentals, right? The tennis player who's like the pro player is doing just the most basic drills, right? Just really dialing in on the fundamentals. Dial in wherever you're at, right? Wherever you're at, like financially, wherever you're at in the mindset, we're just like really trying to dial in on the most positive space, right? Do more with less. Like there's like a sort of thing that is looking to the light, right? How do we do more? How do we take what we have and build it into something powerful? Doesn't necessarily take a lot. This is why I love fasting, because fasting is free, right? So at the base level, fasting is free, a process that can help us save money and use that money that we're saving to invest it into things that really matter, the right things, you know? Like to do the right things, meaning the things that are going to help bring us along on our path. So the basics, the fundamentals, what I say, fasting aids. I made the video, fasting aids. Are there products or things, simple things, like a fiber supplement, like chia seeds, like these simple, basic, inexpensive things that can fill you up without any calories and no artificial sweeteners or anything? Fiber, so good. We did the session the other week on microplastics and PFAS, all these nasty chemicals that fiber can actually be helping us suck this stuff out of the body. Okay, do we have something so basic, so inexpensive, are we giving that to ourselves as an option, right? See, we're trying to give ourselves every tool and advantage to be able to get through a space that we deem as valuable, but sometimes can be difficult. Like if a fasting space isn't difficult, you say is like easy, like then we just flow through it and we're looking for that kind of space. But we say, if I can't do it right now, like if I'm struggling with it, say, how do I empower myself to do it? Give ourselves the tools. Another one might be electrolytes. That could be just some salt. That could be an actual electrolyte product. Some people really feel better when we're in a fasting space. Some people going a little low on some minerals, some sodium. Some people just feel better. So there's like another tool that we're trying to build out. And then like we went through in the video, maybe it is like a broth, you know? So any of these things, watch that fasting aids video, giving ourselves the tools that we need actually to make it through it. One of those things could be investing, you know? If you like coffee, if you like tea, how about some high quality products, like indulgent, like really good. So if you're trying to dive into that space, you say, oh, I just have like the best loose leaf tea, you really invested in it, then you're taking like the mindset where you're at. Hey, I'm trying to go through this fasting space. It's not just taking stuff away. It's like, look what I am giving myself, like a really luxurious, delicious, positive experience. Say, oh, and it is, you can feel the nutrients, you know? Really help you enjoy it. See, this is what we're trying to do. We're not just trying to get by, right? We're trying to create an environment, an experience for ourselves that is like joyful and positive, giving every little support, right? So buying some things like that could be really helpful. Another thing that could be super empowering in that space is like finding a friend or somebody to share the practice with. That's kind of the idea of this show, right? Is like, we're here, we're friends, we're all friends on this channel. We're coming together, having a coffee, like sharing some fasting space. If you can have someone in like actual real world life, you know, that is on the journey with you too, you know, in some incredible vision of the future, we can turn this sort of thing, you know, into a real world experience. And then I would love it. And then we can like host gatherings, getting people together, you know, this sort of thing. But can you do it in your real life? Real world connections. And then investing in the space, like, okay, a fasting space. I did a session last year. Fasting and minimalism is about like cleaning out the excess, keeping your environment like clean and organized. Like, we are trying to flow through spaces where the stress is reduced, right? And fasting space, like, if you could pick anywhere in the world to do it, like, where would you want to do it and what would it look like? I would just propose, okay, being at home, right? There is like a wonderful space. It's like, have you clean that up, organize it so like the stress is reduced. Think of that as we're clearing out clutter, as we're getting things organized, making the space as calm, peaceful as possible. I say maybe throw on some music like this, you know, gentle, calm music in the environment. See, that's helping to bring down a stress level, right? You're trying to flow through a space. You say, I'm having trouble, some hunger experience. I'm trying to flow through it, trying to teach the body like, hey, everything is okay. Practicing it. Okay, everything that you can to bring calmness, peace, centeredness into it. To creating the environment. Everything about that going to support you. Okay, and now here, maybe this is like a dream vision. Maybe it's the reality. We say, what if money isn't any object? You say, it's like, if we had all the money in the world, what would it look like? Just as a mindset. The thought I had to say, I'm trying to flow through a fasting space. Right? I said, like, what if you invested in like a spa day or a massage or something really luxurious, right? It's like, you're not going to be thinking in that moment. It's like, you're totally relaxing. You're not thinking, stressing about anything. I'd be thinking, oh, I've got to go eat, It's nicer and a thing like that, just actually to be fasting. This is like where you really dive in. Fasting as a wellness practice. Realize, hey, we are really getting an environment where we are trying to totally relax, totally let the body reset, totally bring down stress hormones, totally like release this energy. Then you're flowing through a fasting space. Say super pleasant. Like one way to look at it is to say, okay, something like that I would really like. If those types of things and not your thing, they say, figure out the thing, like what is your thing, Maybe it's a trip, maybe it's like doing something, and you say, maybe you don't have the financial resources right now to do it, but you could use a practice, a fasting practice, to have something like that you kind of hang out there, a little carrot, something that we are trying to walk toward. Fasting can help you save money. And what if you had a little Lux jar, a little fasting jar? Maybe you take cash out to do it. Like if you were going to be eating out and you say, I was going to spend $12 on the lunch, I open up the fasting space because we're trying to lose weight. You feel called to it. Put that $12 in the luxury jar and then use that money when it gets built up to whatever it is, $100. You say, I'm going to go get the massage, and I'm going to fast through that space, right? It's like giving ourselves like an investment, like that we are okay spending resources on ourselves, giving ourselves a gift, right? We say fasting is a gift. Giving ourselves gifts that help us to practice this gift, so good. Empower yourself. Okay, so fasting can be, we can use all these tools. Let me know, do you have other ideas, other things to empower this? Here, I'm going to go empowering through every department, okay? So we did a fasting department, empowering our eating, okay? Empowering the nutrition, right? We said yesterday, right? We are like built out of this food, right? So are we giving ourselves every advantage in our eating? I say quality food is an investment. It matters, Try eating a lot of like really low quality junky food and like see, do you feel good, right? Like you don't feel good. Right? Like, so think of what this is communicating to the body. Like when you eat the healthiest, most nourishing, nutrient dense foods, like don't you feel better? What would your life look like, if you were like, I am going to give myself every opportunity to be eating the highest quality food at every possible moment that I can? Like, wouldn't you feel better? And so we want to shift the mindset. We want to make our eating count, like our eating matters. We want to think, take away any thought about low calorie, okay? Shift low calorie over to high nutrient dense. We're trying to give our body every advantage, every good thing that the body needs to flourish. We're trying to balance these two things, right? A fasting space, so important for the body. Nutrient dense foods, giving ourselves everything that we need. See that? Both of these things, this is the amazing balance in the body. Both of these things can be nourishing and life-giving. And if we're empowering ourselves, right? Very few health things you can do more than dive in and the actual building blocks that we build this system out of, make them the best. So how do you do that? I would say, invest in natural food markets, invest in farmers markets. If you can, get a direct relationship with a farmer who is producing the highest quality things. That would be absolutely the best thing that you could do. I'm not quite catching which one this was. You're saying make a list. What is that? I didn't quite catch it. Let me know. Did not learn that. Let me know which one that is. But yes, focusing on getting high quality protein, right? Focusing on eating the rainbow, getting dense foods. Okay, let's just give examples like nutrient dense foods compared to non-nutrient dense foods. So the easiest stuff to say that is not a nutrient-dense food, highly processed products. So like cereal, right? Cereal is going through a process. It's being chopped up, a lot of the fiber taken out, a lot of synthetic things coming in, especially sugary, colory cereal. Stuff like that would be like an example. Very little nutrients in there. The nutrients in there are sprayed in like synthetic stuff. Okay, compare that with like, I say the best way to determine, is this like a nutrient-dense food? Is it a real food that has always existed, that came from the earth in a natural way? So like lots of things meet those criterias. I was just going to say, eating the rainbow, it's like the actual colorings, like real colorings. Yeah. Fruit, meats, nuts, veggies, this sort of thing. And then grains I put a little lower on the list. Yes, yes to some grains, although that's, we can bring in a lot of carbs with some of that. Grains these days, not the things that are helping people lose weight the most. But absolutely, eating the rainbow of things like this, right? The colorings of actual fruits and vegetables. Think of a pepper, think of a carrot, think of these things super nutrient dense, right? And getting the good proteins like meats, nuts, and people have their different opinions on how much meat do they want, and, do you like eggs or not? You can go plant-based, and you got to really dial in on getting the legumes and, some grains and all these things. But you can do it. What are the protein sources that you like? But so important. So invest in these sort of things, the highest quality. Like we were saying on the show the other day, did you see when this study came out that they were comparing all these different eggs? And that, we've kind of always known this, but it's like we got $1 trillion health system, but nobody's studying these very basic questions. Somebody did a study. They're showing, look, this one brand of eggs is like tons of pro-inflammatory omega-6 fats. Basically like drinking a bunch of canola oil, whereas these other eggs, like much more omega-3s, like much healthier anti-inflammatory fats. And so this is just showing as an example, like an egg just isn't an egg. A piece of meat isn't like another piece of meat. Like, do you think honestly that going to McDonald's and eating a fast food like burger is the same as like purchasing a piece of meat from a local farmer who grazed the cow on his own land and took care of it and made sure it never got any synthetic stuff and it just ate grass and it lived a happy life, Like, it matters. And when you get into some of these studies, you see like the composition, the nutrients, all these things matters. So when we're trying to empower ourselves, our body needs nutrients. Like, this is why we eat. We aren't just eating to fill ourselves up. We aren't eating just to get like a calorie number. This is where we have been so led astray in the nutrition sort of space for so many years, is we say, well, the body is just like a furnace. It just burns calories, like we're a steam engine and we just keep shoveling the coal in, and everything we throw in, it doesn't matter. We just burn it up. No, it matters. Like, the quality of the food matters, because we don't just need coal like a steam engine. We're like a very, very complex system, and we need all kinds of nutrients and nutrition. And how we process all these things is done with hormones that vary depending on the types of things that we eat, and especially with the carbohydrates and the sugar and the insulin is what really drives the whole process. And so if we are trying to truly empower ourselves, you need high quality food to do that. And high quality food is an investment, right? As we're telling you, you have to invest in yourself. I say people invest in a stock market, people buy bonds, people buy other things, right? But would we buy stock in ourselves? You know what I mean? Like, if you could have an ETF that was like the health of your life, would you buy it? You know what I mean? Like, I would say you should buy that thing all day. You should lever up, get a margin account, and just buy into the ETF that is your health. How do you do it, though? The only ways that you can do it is by taking the empowering steps in your own life. Buy the healthiest food that you can to build the body, right? It's the perfect investment. There's the compounding, right? You look at investing. You say, we want to empower our financial experience. Well, try to get some compounding going. We want that health compounding going on in our life for sure. I say start looking at cooking as self-care, okay? I think a lot of times in life, like cooking is looked at as a chore, food preparation, these things is like a stressful thing on the list. It is saying like, oh, I've just got to do this. This is kind of like to get it done, you know? Like we have got to shift, like culturally, like you wish, but just say for our own selves, we can do it. Like actually, this is one of the most important things that we can do, like to procure, create, bring in healthy, nourishing, enjoyable food like into our life. It's like one of the very most important things we do in the day, you know? And so when we start turning even that, taking it from something we check off on a box just to get done that maybe is stressful, and we say this is like a wellness practice, this is like self-care, to really bring that mindset to it, like that you can be reducing stress through it, that you see, okay, I am investing in myself, I'm giving myself the tools that I need here. It's like that type of mindset just change everything, because that flows out when you're actually getting the nutrient dense, right? Food that leaves you feel satisfied and healthy and more energy, right? Then it's easier to go back around and flow through a fasting space. Then you have more energies, like where you can start exercising, is like, say, the energy level is better. Like when is the time when you're going to really feel least like having a great exercise session, right? Like if you eat some high carb processed thing, do you experience that? You eat some snack food or something, the blood sugar goes up. Do you feel it? It's like the energy isn't necessarily as good. And especially then the insulin hits and you can get the crash, and then you feel real sluggish. It's like we're looking for foods. See, pretty much every food that comes from nature, except maybe some high sugary fruits, but even like if between a junk food, you know, a snack food versus even fruits, right? That sugar, you're getting so much fiber there, nutrients, like all that. So everything like that, you're going to feel so much better. Empower ourselves with every good food. And then I say, use that process. Now we're flowing down, empowering our movement, right? See, all these areas of life flow together. Really, health is all the same. We're breaking it into departments, you know, just as a way to organize it. Say, are we empowering our body to be able to move in healthy ways that are supporting everything that we're doing? We were talking yesterday as like exercising because we feel called to do it. You know, sometimes like people exercise almost as like a punishment, right? Punishing the body, trying to just force something that isn't in a good flow. Exercise should be a celebration. This is what I say. We are not working out to punish ourselves in any way. We are working out because we love the body. We know we want the body to be strong. See, this is equipping the body just right there to do the movement. Now, how do we equip ourselves to do it? Well, being very aware of the types of things we like. So there's lots of different ways to stay active. It's like if someone hates the water, okay, swimming should not be your empowering practice, right? What are the things that you enjoy? Can be as simple, doesn't have to be money, right? Doesn't have to be a gym membership, can be just taking a walk, can be just doing body weight resistance exercise, body weight squats and push-up variations like at home. Does not have to involve any money. Just the sort of things, hey, I'm moving my body through this range of motion, getting the blood and the energy flowing, empowering practice. Now, if we want to say, though, could involve money, right? I say all the time, it's like no gym memberships required, okay? But you could. I don't want to discourage anyone from doing it. You say, what, if money's no object, you say, what would be the most empowering environment possible to move forward in this department of health? Like getting a gym membership could be great. And if you take it up a notch, like getting a personal trainer, you know, have you ever worked with a trainer? Like what an awesome experience, you know? Expensive, right? A lot of times, but you say there would be an investment, like if you can do it. If you can't do it, you know, financially, don't. If you don't have the mindset to do it, no problem. Bring the mindset of it just into your own life. So, if I was working with a trainer right now, they would be telling me to get going, they would be telling me to get after it. And is that what you need? And is that what you want? Empowering yourself, like giving yourself the motivation to do it, and the grace to recognize that that is difficult to do. But see, we're building a practice. But look at it as an investment, like all of these things. Investing in actual tools to help you practice fasting. Investing in the healthiest foods. Investing in the things that would help you work out. If you are not someone who has been a big exerciser and you say, hey, I could really use some help in this area, having a coach, having a space that is dedicated for it. Okay, that is empowering, and I encourage you to do it. Like, so good. Because, like we say, all these things flowing together, when you are in a dialed-in exercise space, you can flow through a fasting space that way. Have you ever felt that way? Let me know. Where you did some good exercise and you just feel more settled in the body. I think we have definitely a mindset, a culture, habits, practices that say, like, oh, as soon as you're done exercising, you better eat something to power back up. Like, that's definitely a vibe that is out there. Like, once you start getting into a fasting space, you start practicing it, you realize, oh my gosh, like the body's very strong here. Like, there's tons of energy here. I just flowed through this whole exercise space. All of a sudden you sit there. I mean, a lot of times you're actually not as hungry. I mean, that is like an experience that I have. I've been practicing these things a lot. That actually the body, like what you've been doing in that exercise, especially if you're training yourself into a fasting exercise space, the body's just fired up the access to all of the energy systems. The energy is flowing, and you've sent all these messages to the body. Like, we're clearly not eating now. Like, it is not pleasant to eat while you're being very active. Like, have you ever done that? You ate a whole bunch and then you tried to, go walk up a hill even somewhere. It's like, you just be like, oh, So it's like empowering that exercise space. Fasting can empower the exercise space. Keep that digestive system shut down. Keep all the hormones shut down so that all of the hormonal state is supporting access to the reserve energy. Burn through blood sugar, start releasing body fat energy. I just say, have an open mind. If you're, say, I'm trying to learn how to fast, I'm trying to open up this space, realizing exercise itself might help empower the fasting. As you're getting active, as you're moving through that space, say, actually, do you feel less hungry? Are you burning up the hunger hormones? Are you communicating to the body? Eating's not happening now. And look, you're okay. This is what is so good. I know I've experienced that. Float through a space, have a great exercise session, feel better, energy good, and then float through the fasting space. See, I'm not hungry. See, I just feel energized. That is empowering. Help you look at food appropriately, put it in its proper context, realizing the true purposes for it. Recognizing, absolutely, yes, is food about enjoyment? Does it help us connect with friends and family? Can we just enjoy it alone with ourselves and really appreciate it? Absolutely, of course. But like really also appreciating, it's like, man, this is about nutrition, the nutrients I need. And then also from this space, realizing exercise help you to see it. How much energy is it in the body? How strong is it? And then we can flow in and out of those spaces. Fasting space, nutrition space. Two sides of the same coin. Always the same thing, actually. Okay, department 4, we're empowering the mind. All right, we've flown through the fasting, the eating, the movement, and then we say, the fundamental thing that we're trying to do, right? Empowering the mind, our mindset, our mental health, building powerful thinking. How do we support ourselves in doing it? Let's hit the basics. My own experience, I've found a journal. writing a journal to be one of the very most important mental health practices that you can do. And I'll tell you, I was working with a therapist for quite a while. I said, you should be doing a journal. I talk with thoughtful friends. It was years, people telling me, I've told this story before. I was, say, 3 solid years, I was getting messages everywhere in my life, start a journal. One of the best things you could do. I collected, actually, blank journals. I have a stack of journals. People keep giving me a journal. Okay, this is what we're talking about. The fundamentals of health. Making sure that we are not, we're not trying to jump to level 6 before we just have all our bases covered. Are we doing the really, really important basic levels of things? And so if we're talking about empowering ourselves, have you bought a journal? Like, do you have it? And what I would encourage you to do is to buy a really nice pen. Like if we think about all the luxuries we could buy, we've talked about, lavish things we could buy, getting a massage to help us get through a fasting space. See, there would be an extravagant thing to do. Okay, can you invest a couple bucks in a really high quality pen? Might be actually, if you think about it, like one of the most important investments you make. My experience, writing in a journal, it is not so nice to write with a ballpoint pen, okay? We got to push a little harder, or like at least a crappy one. I bought this pack of pens. It doesn't have to be like incredible, okay? This is what I write with in my journal, Uniball Vision Elite, okay? I just, this wasn't back. I got a pack of like 5 of these for like $15. And I have been using the same pack, for over a year. But, you want a pen like this where it just flows out. You barely have to touch the page. To me, like we're trying to reduce all of the barriers to help us get the thoughts out. The thoughts are in here, right? And our subconscious, like we did the dream session the other day, right? That the subconscious, a part of ourselves that we don't really fully appreciate, it's trying to solve problems for us. It is trying to help us move through spaces in the healthiest way possible. We're trying to let those thoughts out, to process them, to get the stress and all of these things gone. Okay, the journal, I say, is the best way to empower ourselves. If you are trying to write in a thing where it's not pleasant, I was like, that is a barrier. Before I got this pack of nice pens, I was writing with just like low quality things, and I was like, I definitely wrote more, I'll tell you. I write more after I got a nice pen. It just feels good. We're thinking what we're trying to do. Let the thoughts flow out, just like the ink is flowing out. Highly encouraged. And then a nice journal. Okay, like I said, I collected journals. I got a stack of blank journals. And I said, you know what, I'm going to invest here. I'll show you. Here's a journal I'm using right now. Leather bound. It's got a nice bookmark in it. Strap. Keep it. Just feels nice. You know what I mean? And so a little more expensive to do that. But nice journal. Nice paper. Just feels good to touch. High quality. How much does something like this cost really to get a nice... This also is like $15, So you see, on the list of extravagant life purchases, investing some money in some nice pens, some nice paper, I got to tell you, it's just super high return on investment for something like that. Because a journal as a mental health practice, it's like, it just drives everything else. See, our mental health, our mindset, thinking drives every other practice. Like we said at the start of this session, right? We're the CEO of life. We are overseeing all of our departments of health. We're trying to lift up every area where we are struggling. How do we even know sometimes, It's like life can feel like such a whirlwind. It's like so many things coming at us, like just in our own life, and then our own little life is here in the midst of this society that is just like chaos so often. was like, okay, like what is the anchor? How do we keep track of everything? I say, write it out in the journal. It's going to really help. Maybe that is the most empowering thing. Okay, but that's like basic. Okay, that's what I consider a basic level. Oh, I wrote a little mindset idea here. It's like this we took out of the other day when we were reading through Atomic Habits. Stop saying, like, I'm trying to lose weight. Start saying, I am someone who is healthy, right? I am someone who is on a health path, right? So that's getting to identity, right? This is getting really into the mindset. Just to make a mental shift like that already, that's the type of thing you can write out in the journal. It's so positive. It's letting go of every sort of stressful barrier, every sort of negative thought. We did that a lot yesterday, right? Letting go of all the negative thinking. When we talk about empowering ourselves, trying to give ourselves every single advantage, like, are we our own best ally, you know? Are we like a cheerleader, or are we a naysayer, a doomsayer? Do we allow negative thinking into our life? Do we hear these voices that say, you can't do that today, do it tomorrow? You're not good enough for this, you can't do this, you're not the type of person who does that, that's not who you are. See, that's what the identity is. The negative talk. So often we think it's about things we do, but then when we look at the negative words, it's coming as like, this is not who you are. Journal is helping us write out what is most important. Who are we when we're trying to develop a powerful mindset? We're like becoming a powerful person, realizing that we already are, right? We are a powerful person because we're a human being, you know? Realizing, see, that's the type of mindset then that flows into the most powerful mental health realization, that I am enough, that nothing else actually has to happen here. That contentment, health, and happiness is already present right here in this moment. We just have to realize it. We have to let go of everything that is keeping us from realizing that. Journal can help you do that, right? That's not a thing where you can just do it, but that's a practice that you build, right? Do you see that sort of mindset, mental peace, contentment, clarity, is the antithesis of every sort of anxiety, depression, regret, fear? All of that exists outside of this present moment. And when we can empower ourselves in this moment, realize, I don't have to change. Listen to that. We're spending a lot of time in these books about change. We say we want to change, but not have to. We do not have to do anything. We can exist right here in this present moment. How empowering is it? And when we have encountered that type of space to say, hey, everything is okay, then every type of guilt and pressure is also gone. And what's left is an exploration of health. The opportunity to move forward in a joyful, positive, healthy way, as an exploration, as a chance to try some things out, as an opportunity to release the resources that we have, the time, the energy, financial resources that we can invest in ourselves and our flourishing. To take that space to say things are okay, and try to open up the possibility that things can be really great. That's what I want. I want for all of us to say, feeling empowered, feeling the energy flowing. So you know what, like in the midst of the difficulty of life, the stress and the confusion, like that we can find a mental space that is beautiful, powerful, comforting, centering, grounding, that helps us cut through everything else so that we can both personally experience that contentment and joy, health, flourishing, and then radiate it out. That's what I want to do. I want to radiate health. I want all of us to be able to do it. So much of life, society, just feels like a never-ending process trying to beat everybody down. And I say, look, let's just let go of all that. Like, that's not a way of being in the world that resonates with me. I like that analogy from judo, right? I've said that before. Some judo, karate, however it is, martial arts master. This little guy is fighting some big guy. Guy goes into attack, right? And that guy just uses all the energy of the much stronger adversary against it, throws the guy across the room. Have you ever seen that? This is what I want to encourage all of us to do. Take all the negative energy, all the division, the conflict, the marketing, like all these forces that are trying to push us toward dishealth, unwellness. Take all that energy, like judo, take all of it and just throw it off somewhere. That's like powerfully letting go of it. This is what we can do in this. This is the mental health lever. This is why it's the most empowering, the mindset. Give ourselves every tool. The last tool I said on my little list is like, maybe that just means actually getting a therapist, you know? It's something I highly encourage. I always say journal, I think, is most powerful. I call it journals, like becoming your own therapist, which can be a great thing. Okay, but think of a professional therapist, years of training, experience you want. If you're feeling stuck, here is another human being. Their whole life, they are dialed in on helping people get unstuck, to be like a mirror, to reflect, help you, you know? Doesn't have to be forever, but maybe saying you don't have to do it all yourself. It's like you can do it yourself. See, that can be empowering. Get the journal, to develop the meditation practicing. Difficult to do, but incredibly empowering. It's like maybe for a time having another human being that you can just sit in an actual room with and help you walk through that. Maybe that is the most empowering thing to do. I've worked with a therapist. I've found it very helpful. And highly encourage it, right? We're trying to talk, how do we give ourselves every advantage and tool to do it? All right, so there's a walk through all of our departments of health. We're trying to empower all of these things. You are the CEO, you are the boss. You are assessing each of these things, and then you're saying, like, what do I need in each of these areas? Can you release the resources and give yourself every tool to flourish in all of these things? Let me know as you're thinking about it during the day. Maybe come back to this space on the video, throw it in the comments. We can have an ongoing discussion. What are you doing to empower yourself? Did one of these topics resonate the most with you? And what does that look like? And yes, think about it over the day. Think about it over the week. Which tools are you going to get to help empower yourself? Have you thought, as we've going along, are there other things like that came to your mind that would be empowering? That, like, I think this could be something really out of the box. Like my most out of the box, I thought, was getting a massage, right? Like, it's like, I'm going to go into a fasting space, hard to do. I was like, okay, it's like, we're going to spend some money here. It's like, that's going to help us float through that space super, right? It would. A luxury fasting. I'm picturing a video, like, relax your way to weight loss, you know? Like, could be good. What ideas do you have? If they come to you, come back. Throw them in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And we will reconvene tomorrow. Take another step forward in health. Really nice to have you all here. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to chatting with you again soon.